So back over here to the shop. This is where I hauled like 17 or 18 loads of the crushed concrete from that other farm over here, and we're going to top dress all this with new stone, make it a little bit wider. And I'd ran out of concrete, that's why it stopped there that time. But where these flags are, going to undercut all this out and put stone in here all the way to the building and build a driveway around back. We've had a pretty good little erosion problem here because there's no downspouts on there, so I'm going to go ahead and run all the pipe for that. At least hook these two up. We've got to do some special adapters right here, so I'm not exactly sure what to do right there for now. I'll probably just go ahead and run the main pipe in the ground. That way I can go ahead and put stone down right here, because none of this will have to get dug back up once I go ahead and I still have all the pipe right there. So that's the plan. I'm going to bring the 220 and the dump truck down here, load out this brush, haul it over there. I think there's some more trees over here. Go ahead and clean all this up and get that hauled over there to the burn pile, and go ahead and start stripping all this grass off and cutting that in there so that we can start hauling maybe some stone next week. About forgot where I left the root rake for the dozer. Come down here and grab that. They're spreading lime on the yard out here. I need to grab my pin so they don't fall out, but he's gonna spread some lime over all that. I told him I got the front yard graded, but I hadn't done anything with the back, so he can drive wherever he needs to. All right, let me grab this, and I'm gonna load all this stuff up in the excavator bucket into the dump truck and just hook to the grapple and take it over there to the other staging area. Got the 220 and the dump truck over here and all the attachments out there. Loaded all them into the bed and hauled them over here and dumped them out. Minus the grappler rake, we don't quite dump that out, or the grapple. So I toted those over here with that excavator and put the buckets in the truck. So I'm gonna go ahead and load this brush out and take it over there to the burn pile. All right, that's the last load of brush. I'm gonna load this little pile of dirt up right here to get it out of the way so I can start grading all the road area and parking spot. So go dump this, pull the dump truck up here and load that up. Ended up being, I think this is 5 loads of brush. There was a big pile over there, and I don't know where this came from. He tracked it from somewhere. Just hauling it over here to the old burn pile. I'll stack it up, and next time we get a little rain shower, burn all that. Get all that cleaned up and buried. And haul some topsoil up here. I'll show you this tomorrow or the day after, but we're actually going to dig a cove out on the lake down here, the pond. Haul some dirt up here and over the hill and do a little more work down there at the beach. This stuff right here ought to burn very good. It's nice and dry. This old soft spot right here, it's a little bumpy. I'm spinning. Little bumpy. I know it's been like 4 months, but I don't want to dump the brush on those ashes. It'll be my luck. We're in kind of a little bit of a drought right now. That'll catch on fire. Set everything on fire around here. I've seen those ashes stay hot in a pile for almost a year before. It happens. All right, let me go get this dirt, and I will be back tomorrow to grade around the building here. Cut out for stone. Let's get the day started. Let's see what we got to do first thing this morning. So I'm gonna come in here. I moved that pile of dirt yesterday. I'm gonna take the dozer, cut out where all the stones are gonna go. The pink flags are marking where the driveway is gonna go up there to the 2 garage doors, and then the inner circle to around back to the side, which is actually gonna be a fair amount of stone back there. So I'm gonna come in here first thing with the dozer, cut all this out, and like I said, got a pretty good little gully that is washed out right here. Strip all this grass, everything off, push it over there, and then get all this ready for stone. Might need to bring a load of clay up here. I do have my stockpile over there I can go get some from to fill that in and compact that. Might have to level up our little driveway a little bit better and get everything ready so when I do come back I can bring the mini, go ahead and start trenching in all the gutter downspout pipe and hook those up and get all that where all that runoff will go into the pipe and quit running down here and washing this out. Okay, so cutting the grass off this area right here, and we knew it was going to be a while before we did the stone right here, so I put a skim coat of topsoil over it so some grass would grow to kind of stabilize everything. It stabilized everything, but right down here in this ditch bottom where it turns to a very sandy topsoil, it washed a pretty good little gully out. But if I get that cut out and filled back in, I'm gonna push all this stuff down here. It's good topsoil. It grows some pretty decent grass. It's just very sandy. It gets dry, it turns to like baby powder. I'll hog the majority of this out with the dozer here, then I'll go and get the skid steer and bring it and do the final little trim out with it. It's just a little bit easier to get those edges nice and even, because with the skid steer you have the bucket, so as you're cutting it you kind of have an edge, so it'll take all that material and hold it, versus the dozer it kind of rows out to the sides. But if you had sides on the dozer, it would just get ripped off, you know, when you're pushing stuff. So that's how it is. This is working just like I thought it would. I put like 3 or 4 inches of topsoil down, skimming that off, and then we'll replace it with about 6 inches of stone. So the driveway will be up a couple inches higher than the dirt grade right here, right now. stockpile this over there to the side because I may end up using it to backfill the edge of the stone. As you can see, it's some very nice grading material. It's just powdery dry at the moment. Made pretty quick work of that, roughing that in with the dozer. Down to the clay. This stuff being baby powder is pretty hard to skim off and not get into the clay. So I'm gonna walk up here and grab the skid steer, come in here and finish trimming this out with that and haul a few loads of clay right in there. I'm gonna kind of level that driveway up just a little bit so when you're going around there, you're sitting a little bit more level. And I got everything stripped back there in the back as well down to the clay. So pretty much just right here, I got to skim a little bit more of this off. It's just going to be a little bit easier with the skid steer, kind of the way it angles and the pitches. It's kind of hard to get that nice and smooth with the dozer. I'm going to go grab the skid steer. Got everything cleaned up with the skid steer, all back down to the clay. So I'm going to go over there with the 350 and the dump truck. And there's a pile of clay that I stockpiled last year over there, and get a little bit and just kind of dump in there and kind of level that up a little bit. This right here isn't too bad, but it kind of tapers a little more than I want over there. All right, so I took the rake off the 350 here, got the digging bucket back on. I'll climb up here on this pile of dirt, I'll rake it out and start loading some of this clay into Barney and haul it over there to where I need it. Looks like it's still, it got a little bit of moisture in it over the winter. Even dirt piled up and somewhat packed in, still will get wet. But as hot as it's going to be, I think it's going to dry out and be all right. Scrape just a little bit of this grass off right here. It's really not going to hurt a whole lot, but I don't really need all that while I'm trying to fine grade clay. I got to be a little gentle loading here. I got to go down the driveway so I don't need to spill a whole lot. I won't fill it super full. Yeah, this bucket looks little until you put it beside Barney and it's the whole, size of the cab. This is the little bucket. I got the pins fixed for the other bucket. I just haven't brought it down here. It's like I got so many attachments. It's like I really don't want to bring it down here just to load a little bit of dirt. Even though I really want to try it out. I'll probably just wait till the next job. This one loads the truck just fine. It just takes one extra scoop. Which right now that bucket would be so big I'd be spilling dirt everywhere. So it ain't a whole lot bigger than this. It holds another cubic yard. So So instead of 5 scoops, it would take 4. Alright, let me go dump this out. I'll come back and get a few more. Load out another load. So I got the truck back in here now. It's a little bit better. A little bit easier to load. This machine's a little bit slower as far as moving and everything than the 220. You got to be a little more careful because you'll just spill half the dirt over the side if you just come in there hot and heavy from behind. But when you get a scoop, you get a scoop though. Try not to spill dirt all out on the driveway. We'll do like 4.5 scoops. And I still spill some. Oh well. Alright, let me go dump that. I'll probably get another 5 or 6 loads. And haul it down there just a little bit. This is load number 3 here, so just getting started. Let's go haul a load so you can see what I'm doing here. It's going pretty good. Probably dump this one and maybe one more, possibly 2. Spread it out and then haul maybe a couple more. Once I get it spread out, I can kind of see if there's any other areas that I need a little bit. I might need a little bit more farther back than where I started dumping. There's actually more dirt here than I thought. I thought there was only like 10 loads, but I've hauled, I think this is load number 6 and I haven't even had to move the machine yet. So I think I had 10 loads there, then I dumped some more on top of it or something. I can't remember. I've moved dirt several times out here, I forget. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is load number 6. Y'all dump this one and go back and get another one. I like this transition right here, but then it kind of dives off a little bit. So I'll fill that in and then maybe dump a little bit more back there in that back to level that up. Just if you're pulling a trailer or something around there or anything big. I don't know if he's ever going to get a motorhome or something, but at least it'd be a little bit more level going around there. Alright, head back and get one more. Got all my dirt dumped out. I'm gonna take the dozer, knock that down real quick, kind of see what that looks like. May haul 2 or 3 more loads back there in that back, level that side up as well. So when you dump the dirt out, if you dump it out just right, like I almost did, the dozer will just push right through it in one pass. It really saves a lot of time. You can right here and just make one even pass all the way through here and get the grade you're looking for. When it gets dumped all in a big pile, it really works these little dozers. You can waste a lot of time when it's kind of unnecessary. So pretty much in about 4 or 5 passes I'll have the majority of this dirt knocked down, and then I'll make a few more passes just to fine grade it out. Versus if it was all dumped real tight together, I'd spend probably 30 minutes trying to push all the dirt where I needed it. First pass to kind of set where my grade needs to be. Then the second pass here, really knock these down. And then the third one's going to take that row that I just made and push it right over to that edge of the dirt where I'm using as my boundary for how far I fill to. That topsoil is going to be the start of my slope and help hold the clay in so I don't waste it. Bit more dirt where I started from, so I'm going to turn around and push it back that way. But that's pretty much how you knock down 140 yards of dirt in 3 passes. So after about 2 more here, it's pretty much going to be where it needs to be. Pretty much it. 5 passes, everything's leveled out. Make one more down the edge, and it's ready to be rolled. All right, time to make it all look pretty. So I took the dozer, road got a little bit narrow right here because we were running out of stone. So I took it and I cut that shoulder back about another 3 feet, and I'll take the motor grader and roast some of that stone over there, and we'll top dress it. Well, this is actually crushed concrete. We'll top dress it with the clean stone. When I bring it in, got all my dirt spread out, I'm going to finish touching it up with the skid steer, then go get the roller and roll all this in, and that's pretty much ready for stone, other than I have to run the gutter pipe through here, but I don't have the mini excavator, so I'm not going to be doing that today. And here we have it. Got the road widened out. Ended up taking a dozer and cutting it back about another 2 or 3 feet, rolling the dirt up there and spreading the stone out. I'll top dress all this crushed concrete with crush and run ABC stone to cover that up, and ended up hauling right much of that clay over here to raise this up and really kind of level this turn around here as you're going around to the back of the barn there. So left my little edges right there, so I'll have a nice round edge to butt the stone up against, and then I'll take all that dirt and blend it along this edge here to build a shoulder. All right, this is pretty much ready for stone.